Good day, everyone, from a very stormy and windy Northern Cape. And we don't have it that bad down in Cape Town. I just want to give you updates on the Western Cape and what is happening there. I've been giving updates on the Telegram channel for this YouTube channel, Double O Des. So you can go to the Telegram channel. You'll find the link in the description below this video, where I've given flood update maps, and as that map gets updated with new flood dangers and flood areas as the risks increase, I update these maps, and also if things get better, I will explain to you where the forecasts improve. So go to Telegram, subscribe there, and become a part of that community. So there's only one place where things are looking better at the moment than what was forecast, and that's in the Breda River Valley, where in Robertson, the measurements are at the moment below what was predicted. It doesn't mean that it's not going to get there. It could get there later, but it was upgraded from the largest storm since 2008 to the largest storm in 40 years. So the Breda River catchment area and flood zones should see the worst flooding in 40 years, and that is quite something. So there's many generations there that might not have seen this level of flooding, so I hope people are prepared for this. But hopefully it doesn't get as bad at the moment. As I said, the forecast versus the actual is below the forecast at this stage, but that can change. It might just be delayed flooding that's coming. But with regards to the Doring River that feeds into the Olifants River, the forecast has been below what has actually taken place, and the Doring River has already exceeded some of the levels, and the maps are being adjusted accordingly. And the Doring River flowing into the Olifants River, that entire river system has already started seeing very high flow levels, and we're expecting 1,350 cubic meters per second through the Orange River, and predicted this is going to be at the kind of level of the 2008 floods with regards to the Doring River as well as the Olifants River system. Then in the Orange River, where we don't have massive flooding, Augrabies is just a spectacle at this stage, and the Gariep Dam is at 121%. So quite something to see. However, in Cape Town and surrounds within the Western Cape, absolute havoc has been wreaked by the strong winds and then the relentless rains. And as I've warned before, and I don't normally put out warnings of this kind, there's going to be severe flooding. People were going to be severely affected, and this has been a case. People have been killed by trees falling, and social media is a flood with videos of fallen trees, roofs blown away, etc. And these are affecting people in a big way. Trucks being blown off the road, taxis being blown through fire hydrants into concrete walls, and then school classrooms or temporary classrooms that have not been anchored properly, literally been blown over. So this is the kind of footage that I've seen, and then the absolute carnage of the farms upstream as the vegetables get washed downriver into the ocean. And in the ocean basins, you can see snakes, animals, and vegetables lying all over the place. So huge cleanup operations required. The road to the Kango Caves, a massive, massive rockfall that have completely closed off that road. So a lot of people struggling with access to where they live, etc. And if you look at some of the areas that have had massive, massive floods in the historical past, I had a book, a prescribed book in school, Die Wilde Dryval, that was about a massive flood that happened in the Baviaanskloof Valley, how the people couldn't believe how the water rose over time, and how people would put sticks in the ground to just see the water going higher and higher and higher. The Meiringspoort Pass that has been absolutely trashed, a road we love to drive, beautiful scenery. Most of the roads there are gone, the bridge is gone. So massive reconstruction required, and luckily the government has now declared 6 provinces a national disaster area, and hopefully we will have the funds available to start rebuilding infrastructure. And sanity has prevailed in the Western Cape, where the Western Cape Education Department finally decided to close the schools for tomorrow. When today students went to school, where pupils had to hide from trees falling and infrastructure blowing all over the place, roof sheets flying everywhere, and many of the teachers' cars being destroyed in the process. Just absolutely reckless, and it's wonderful that they have now seen the common sense of actually closing the schools across the entire province for tomorrow. Tell me in the comments if you've been affected, and you can send me videos on my WhatsApp channel or on Telegram if you want to. Private videos of anything that you want me to put out there for people to see, or anything you want me to make people aware of. There's widespread snow falling across the country, and when that snow melts, that will also cause flooding and an influx into the river systems. So people, please, when I put out a warning like this, I have looked at the weather maps and I have internalized what they actually mean. I spend time looking at the details, and then I decide to put out a warning. If I put out a warning with regards to weather, it's well considered. And I really want to thank the people that have taken precautions, and many of you have seen the results of the severe storms. Many of the people in this Double O Days community have felt the wrath, and I hope that all of you can recover soon. Do reach out to each other, help each other in times like this when it is safe. And thanks so much for being a part of this community. At the end of the day, if you are self-reliant and you can look after your own interests, you don't have to depend on gift of the givers or your metropolitan municipality to come and save you. You would have taken the necessary precautions, and then you can help other people around you. And this is super important. But do listen to the government official narratives with regards to the weather systems. The South African Weather Service has done an excellent job of putting warning levels out there. And their narrative is not a skewed one. It's one based on science and evidence. So do listen and take precautions as is necessary. Thanks so much. Till the next video.